Now, there are a number of permutations for this pool. So complex, it's difficult to succinctly go through how it's all going to work, but both these sides essentially are still in contention. Hong Kong, China, Colombia, Tonga, and Samoa all in the mixer to qualify. There is a scenario where Colombia can make it to the semi-finals despite not having registered a victory today. But don't be deterred by that. They have been narrow and impressive losses at the hands of Samoa and Tonga. And Greg O'Shea, they've shown glimpses that they got the quality to take down a titan like Hong Kong, China, who too are fighting for their semi-final lives.
Oh, there is so much on the line here, Burnsy. I'm glad that you worked out the permutations, because that is not my forte. The Colombian men team, Los Tucanes they're known as, they're well able to play. They have 2 losses on the board, and they're coming up against a newly refurbished Hong Kong, China. James Christie, the captain, said they had tough eternal talks, focused on improved fitness and cohesion for this tournament, and their dynamics have changed. So they're a new outfit with similar playmakers littered throughout.
So we spoke of those scenarios. As it stands, Samoa have 6 points. Hong Kong, China and Tonga both 3 points, and Colombia 1 point because they got a losing bonus. Now, if teams end up on level points, it goes to the head-to-head. If more than 2 teams are on the same point, it goes to points difference. Hong Kong, China will want to take that completely out of the equation and just win this and win this well. Max Denmark, the firebrand winger from Hong Kong, China, stamps his try-scoring authority on the first 30 seconds of the contest.
Oh, he's a classy act, is Max Denmark. He's well able to perform on the highest stage. He's done it all over the world, and he's doing it here again in Dubai for 7-3. You'll always get at least a couple of tries out of him. They skip past it out to the big number 8, ball in 2 hands, and then he decides, you know what, I'm going to do this myself. Pierces his way through the defense, and that's exactly what Hong Kong, China need.
So whatever result happens here is going to be contingent on what happens between Samoa and Tonga as well. Colombia stretching their legs, finding support, just a little stutter stop. Oh, Fred Astaire feet to leave Hong Kong, China defenders grasping at shadows. Camille Romero with a stunning finish and a chance to equalize from the conversion.
Beautiful work from Los Tucanes. Staying alive, fancy feet, always fighting with that fend. It's the number 9 for Colombia, Juan Camilo Romero Hernandez. Look at that determination. It's awesome to see. They're still fighting. They're not going to give up. They're so patriotic, this South American side. They actually won the South America Rugby Sevens Championship for the very first time recently. We're seeing why.
That is right on the money. Testing those tall leapers from Hong Kong, China. Liam Herbert has had a particularly bright offering here in Dubai in the opening 2 matches. They'll need a full-blooded display from their number 13. And, well, he's going to want slightly better ball than that. Doesn't want to be stooping low. Oh, but talk about baking a cake out of crumbs. Harry Sayers slaloming his way through the Colombian defense, leaving them for debris in his wake. Oh, that's the try of the weekend.
That is a big one. Harry Sayers, he does what he wants. He could do it all by himself. Look at this back. A handoff to the throat, absolutely accelerates up the middle of the pitch, realizes he's not going to get there down the left. You know what? I'll go down the right. Here's another paw to the face. A third one for good luck and over the try line. The lactic acid in his legs must be through the roof, but that's exactly what you need at the end of set 3, day 1.
And somehow, Harry says is still on the park. I think he's looking to keep a low profile out here on this edge, hoping that his lungs aren't going to get brought to life once more. But the Colombians, wise to the alveoli, working overtime, target him immediately. Recycle. Oh, full stretch. Good enough for the Ashes.
Play on, play on.
And they lose it on the deck. Max Denmark, God, he's got some acceleration, just explodes through that half, quarter hold. And you can't come in and tamper with the 9 like that. Hong Kong, China want to drive the tempo here. And that is a lovely dummy and bit nonchalant, but Jules Buron does eventually score. Not on his own terms, tackled across the line, but a try nevertheless.
Julian Boron, known as Jules in this Hong Kong China team. He's young, he's added some depth to this Hong Kong China squad. He's lucky to make it here as a young fella, but he's showing why he got selected. Always supporting, always on the shoulder, taking his opportunities. This is a great showing by Hong Kong China.
Greg O'Shea, how good is sevens when there's all this stuff on the line? When you get to game 3 of the pools and everyone can potentially qualify, this is what it's about.
This is why I'm so excited for 7-3 in the new format, is there's so much on the line every single game.
Cal McCulloch is having a mountainous few minutes. He created for Buron a moment ago. And Hong Kong China seem to have found their confident groove. Denmark, hop, skip, drive. You ain't stopping the big man from there. By the time he hangs up the boots, he is going to have one of the biggest try-scoring hauls in history. The man loves tries.
Yeah, this new Hong Kong China team is really impressing me. I know they came 11th in the Challenger Series last year, but they've completely revamped. And they went through the Asia Rugby 7 Series undefeated. They did well in the 15th China National Games, and we're seeing this new outfit right here in front of us, led by people like Max Denmark. A second try in this game. He's so powerful out in the wing, very hard to stop one-on-one.
Right, let's look ahead, hypothetically, on the pool front, because victory for Hong Kong China here will see them join Samoa on 6 points. And this points difference will do them nicely, as multiple knock-ons in the final 30 seconds draw a blast from the whistle. Now, Tonga play Samoa next. If they win, then both Tonga, Hong Kong China and Samoa will finish on 6 points. And it all comes down to points difference. So that's got to be lurking in the back of the Hong Kong China minds. Though Tonga will start at -12, and Hong Kong China started this at +5. Still, Colombia can still get through themselves, and they're finding safe passage through the Hong Kong China tackles. There's no time to drift off this late in day 1. Real purpose to the footwork from Agudelo. And then one of their real try-scoring weapons in Urrutia. Try against Tonga, as they fell narrowly short, but a combination of knock-ons means that the half is done and Hong Kong China are firmly in control. Into the halftime huddles, and Hong Kong China leading Colombia 26 points to 5. whatever happens here in this next 7 minutes, Colombia are a side who can leave day one with their heads held high. I'm sure that many a nation would have looked at their pool, seen the opposition, and the groan would have been audible across the border to the next country. But they have gone toe-to-toe. Samoa, Tonga, and now Hong Kong, China. But the boys in blue have really come out firing. There's been a lot of intent to all that they've done. And they're looking in an unrelenting mood as well. Disruption from Colombia though. Denmark might just slither through, and once he's free, he's hard to reel in. Drops down, pumps the brakes, and flops in fatigued fashion across the line. But it is another try for Mighty Max, and I think this one has been well and truly put to bed.
Yeah, it's a pretty significant lead here just at the start of the second half. 3 tries from Max Denmark, just doing his business again. He makes it look so easy, so simple, but it's far from that. Forget about that conversion kick, but Max Denmark, you've done a stellar job. Hopefully you can rest up and bring it again tomorrow.
New lid, same outcome. Max Denmark scoring tries, not quite as aerodynamic as he's been in years gone by with the Buffon, just as deadly.
He's put on some mountain muscle, but he's still technically perfect. That's beautiful running style that keeps him moving. Great forward momentum.
Denmark has been sort of the key try-scoring outlet for so many years for Hong Kong, China. I was actually taken aback when going through the biographies. He's still only 26 years old. You sometimes look at a player like that and think, what if he was playing for New Zealand? Like, what sort of damage could he do? Or, you know, one of the more established nations.
You'd wonder where he came up and what his underage rugby was like and where... But he's a serious outfit. And I'm very impressed by his athletic ability.
Colombia looking for an avenue back into the contest. Feels improbable that they could get back to a winning position, but just something to get them back into the conversation at least. They've been good value, despite being in defeat both times and what's looking like a third. Ceballos just tumbles over that tackle. And that could be a good option with no sweeper in the backfield. 2 yellow jerseys converging. They've got to let the man up. Not sure that they did give him that opportunity. But Colombia aren't going to hesitate. Off they go. Tapping. And advancing. They got some numbers here. Bounce back inside. Really important scrag tackle there. Bullet across the face. Another boot to ball. Chasing hard. That is an outstanding pickup. What a drop from Rickard. And another penalty. Hong Kong, China can't catch a break, dropping on these balls. And Colombia have their second. Diva Ceballos, who got the try scoring underway so long ago against Samoa, now has one against Hong Kong, China.
They deserved it. They were knocking at the door. Hong Kong, China did their best to try and scramble back and prevent it happening. But this Colombia team are very good. They have great skills, they have great ability. They were due a score with the pressure they were putting on the Hong Kong defense. Diver Ceballos, second try of the day. Well deserved, sir.
He's a big old rooster. 194 centimetres, 103 kilos. I'd like to have seen him run straight at you in your pomp, Greg.
I would have let the inside defender get him.
You have been asking where Harry McNulty was.
Your man, Harry, on the inside.
Hey, look, you had some titanic tussles with Hong Kong China on that Irish road to achieving core status, as it was known back then. Just how hard is it to win things like 7-3 and 7-2 to come and just keep winning in these massive, massive matches?
Yeah, I have a lot of empathy for teams like this, Colombia and Hong Kong China. I've actually played against Hong Kong China in Hong Kong in that old stadium to qualify for the World Series. But it's skills like this that are going to get you through the ranks. Hong Kong China have always been the bridesmaid, never the bride, so I have a soft spot for them.
Well, Colombia are looking to crash the wedding. Oh, ball not presented quite as pristinely as they would have wished. And it is all hands to, well, clear the decks, to be honest, for Hong Kong China. It's an impressive level of energy. Chasing back. Oh, no one's going to thank a teammate for a pass like that. Altahona all wrapped up and swarmed upon by blue jerseys, but it still might be on the short side. They're playing with 6 as a bit of cramp comes into play in the limbs of Andres Delez. But knocked on, opportunity lost, and Hong Kong China just need to cruise through this final 90 seconds. This is going to have a big effect on their points difference as well. It'll put them above Samoa on points difference as it stands, though if they were to finish level on points with them, it would be on the head-to-head. I think we're getting into the weeds a little too much. We'll see what happens between Samoa and Tonga, but they're not home and hosed just yet.
I was never good with the permutations. You have to get the calculator out. All I know is that you play to the final whistle, get as many points as you can, and figure it out afterwards.
Easy, boys.
Solid logic. 45 seconds to the final whistle. A little more taste of some foxing feet from Matthew Rickard. Some tired legs and fatigued defensive minds. Razor sharp Rickard ruthlessly picking them off.
Straight from the set piece scrum. Out to Rickard. He still has a lot of energy left in the legs. He decides to do it himself. Bangs off his left foot, tucks under the armpit, and goes straight up the center of the park. Great speed at the end of day one.
There's time for another kickoff, I think. So Hong Kong, China 38. Colombia 10. Another boost to the points difference. Hong Kong China are going to ask Colombia to go from 90 meters here. 95. And they game. Good low tackle from Jack Coombs. Colombia holding on.
That's going to have to be it for Hong Kong China now. They have more things to think about tomorrow. Tap and get it off the field, home to bed.
Job done for Hong Kong China. A imperious victory over Colombia, and it puts them in the box C for semi-final qualification, and that tilt at 7-2. Hong Kong China 38, Colombia 10. Final score.